Hey guys, all right. So I just got out of a prayer meeting, and I wanted to get this message out, and I didn't know how to, and so I just figured, what, I'm gonna record it on my cell phone and throw it out there, and maybe it'll minister to somebody. And so let me know if it blesses you. Let me know if it speaks to you. But one of the things I was praying for in the prayer meeting is that we would see the miraculous and the signs and wonders that we see in the New Testament. And I have so many past experiences of God's goodness and faithfulness and him showing up in just crazy ways that I could just, if he stopped doing that, I could live off of past experience for the rest of my life, knowing that God loves me, that God's there, he answers prayer, and he showed up in crazy ways. And so I've had a taste of what's available. But when I see the New Testament, when I see what Jesus did, and how he said that even greater works shall you do because I go to the Father, and then I see what the disciples in the New Testament did, and I'm just like, man, there's obviously this disconnect between the signs, the wonders, the miraculous that we have available to us. And so anybody reads the New Testament and sees just in American regular church, there's this huge disconnect. And so it's one of the things I was praying for. God, I want to see the miraculous. I want to see the power and the wonders. And one of the things that came to me was just this. What I really needed was a disregard of looking weird, not caring about looking weird to people. And that's just what I was praying for. God, like, help me to not look weird, or to not care about looking weird, rather. Because, like, there's some things that Jesus did in the New Testament that was just weird. And, like, I wouldn't do it. Like, he spit in dirt and rubbed it in a blind dude's eyes and told him to see. And, like, I'm just thinking, like, I would never do that. That is weird. You go to a blind person, you spit in dirt, make some mud, and you rub the spitty mud in the guy's eye and tell him to see. Like, that's just really weird, and people would probably think you're a weirdo. And but he did it, and the dude's eyes were open, and he saw blind eyes open. There was another time where he goes to a dead girl's house, and she's dead, but he says, "Oh no, she's not dead. She's sleeping." And so I'm just imagining if you go to somebody's house and there's a dead person there, and say, "Oh," and everybody's mourning, and you say, "Oh, that person's not dead. They're just sleeping," and everybody laughed at him, they mocked him, and they're like, "Dude, this guy is crazy. He's a weirdo." And he kicked them all out of the room. He had no regard for what people thought about him or how weird he looked to these people. And guess what? He saw that girl raised from the dead because he didn't care what people thought. And you just think of, like, Peter walking on water. We hear that story so much that we could grow numb to, like, how crazy that is, that he literally stepped outside of a boat and expected that water would hold up his body, and he didn't. He literally walked on water. That's just crazy. Imagine going out to your pool and just saying, "Well, I just trust you, Jesus," and expecting the pool not to give in, not to that's weird stuff. And I don't know, I was just praying. I was like, God, I guess I care too much about what people think of me to step out and do crazy weird things. It's not just being weird for the sake of being weird, but not caring what people think. And I guess when you get past this reputation you think you have to uphold, I'll just make it personal, reputation I think I have to uphold, which is kind of crazy, because when I came to Christ, I was drinking every day. I was a pothead, going nowhere in life. God saves me and totally transforms me radically, and now all of a sudden I have a reputation to uphold, and I care about looking weird to people. And it's just funny, like, the people that step out and are crazy enough to believe God to do the impossible are usually the people who see it happen. And so anyway, that's just my kind of takeaway. One of the takeaways from tonight's prayer group is if you want to see the miraculous, you have to just step out in faith. You have to be bold and really be willing to look weird.